Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Call Halayim, Adonai Yahweh, Ba'ashem Shah Malak Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Haba Yashah Malak Dawadah, the house of King David. Into confusion of faces that look like these heathen nations, but their identity goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the royal holy chosen seed line. Shalom. Alright, I'm gonna title this video, You Jakes Must Stop Loving Your Enemies. Alright? Because I'm just speaking out to a lot of you Jakes out there, man. And I've noticed like one problem within our people is that our people love to show so much affection and so much love and too much forgiveness to these heathens, especially to Esau, which is a so-called white man. You know, these heathens don't give two damns about you, and especially Esau. So y'all really need to stop showing all this love against y'all need to really stop showing a lot of this love to your enemies, and y'all need to show at least more love to your own people. So what sense does it make to hate your own people and to love your own enemies? That's fucked up. And that's why as a people we're destroyed. Because we don't have the love for each other. We always loving our enemies. We want to be so much like Esau and the heathens, and it's like we don't even care about ourselves and don't even love each other. And that's why it says right here, like, because you need to understand who the wicked is, and the wicked is the so-called white man. They come from that serpent seed of Cain, and they're just wicked. You can't forgive someone who's gonna be wicked. It's in their bloodstream. That's just who they are. And when Jacob's trouble hits, y'all gonna see these Edomites for who they really are. When all hell breaks loose and shit hits the fan. When this government collapse. And it could happen this year, probably, or next year. And it says right here in Psalms 58:2, King David, he went, he always talked about the wicked. There's a lot of scriptures where he talks about Esau being the wicked. And it says right here, yeah, in your heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her air. So yeah. So, and like I said, that serpent, which is talking about like how the wicked is, that's from the wicked seed line of Cain. When that serpent was giving Eve the fruit, it was actually giving Eve, which is the man, which was a Edomite man with melanin at the time. He gave Eve the fruit, which was false philosophies, and tricked Eve. And that's what made, Eve sin and brought wickedness, from the beginning. But and believe it or not, for all you that love your enemies, guess what? It says the righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. So that a man shall say, very, very, there is a reward for the righteous. Verily, he's a God that judgeth in the earth. So yeah, Esau, so-called white man, is the wicked. That's the devil the Bible speaks of. The physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. And that's how they are. They were wicked from the beginning, and they're wicked, from Genesis, from Cain to Esau. From the serpent to Cain to Esau, and they're always going to be wicked. You can't trust this devil no matter how much times I had to say it. He was meant to be locked up in chains for 1,000 years and serve us. And it says right here, King David said to the Most High, if I should count them, they are more in number than the sand. When I awake, I am still with thee. Surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O Yahweh. Depart from me, therefore, ye bloody men, for they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee, and am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee. This is what the Most High said. I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. Search me, O Yahweh, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. King David and the Most High hates these Edomites and these other heathens. And I already told you, this is what it says right here in 2nd Ezra 6:56. As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said they are nothing but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So, and it says, and now, O Adonai, behold, these heathens which have ever been reputed as nothing have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. And that makes sense, because this is what these heathens are doing right now. They're ruling over our people. And Esau, this is his kingdom, so he's the one that has the most dominion over all the heathens. And the Most High really hates Esau, and I told you, he hated Esau from the beginning. And you can't change that. So it says in Malachi 1:3, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waits for the dragons of the wilderness. And in Romans Slakia, and it says in Romans 9:13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there any unrighteousness with Yahweh? Yahweh forbid. For he saved to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So it shows you right there and then, the Most High really hates Esau. He hates Esau out of all the other heathens, because Esau is just nothing but wickedness. This man is the valley of death. He's the walking dead. Everything you see that he makes chemtrails and puts it all over the earth. This man, everywhere, every land this man touched, he destroys. That's why, when I was watching that movie Yip Man, it said something about the blue-eyed devil, talking about Esau. When I watched that movie Ip Man 2, because there was a boxer that came over there and he decided to cause problems in China. He wanted to use his boxing style to fight against those Chinese kung fu martial artists. And that's exactly what Esau does. Everywhere Esau goes, he likes to start trouble, and he always want to rule. Oh, Salakia. We can go to Isaiah 26 and 10. They said, let favor be showed to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. Do you see that? And it shows you that Esau will not be able to learn righteousness. He can't. He's the wicked. That's his title. That's his alias. So that's what it says in Habakkuk 2 and 4. It says, behold, his soul which is uplifted is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. And, the elect is considered as the just, and we're going to live by our faith. But Esau, the soul is not upright in him, because he's wicked. And it says, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as deaf, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. You see? And that shows you that Esau has a history of being evil. He has a history of wickedness. You cannot make this man righteous. This man was just made to be wicked for this time period, and he was made to serve 1,000 years of slavery. And after that, he's going to be wiped out from the face of this earth. That's why it says, let me see. That's why it says right here, Ecclesiasticus 12:10, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be aware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Salakia. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. That shows you that that's characterized as a so-called white man, the devil, Esau. You see, these devils are nothing but liars and deceivers. That's why Psalms 58 says, the wicked is estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they're born, speaking lies. And that's what the wicked do. Why you think every time they lie about health, they lie about health care, they say that there's no diseases, they make diseases. All diseases are man-made. They make cancer, they make all types of diseases. Even new diseases is being made to this day. And how is that? Because Esau doesn't want to release natural cures and natural health. Fruits, vegetables, using the natural herbs and fasting on them, that's the way to heal and cure yourself. And Esau doesn't teach you that, because he wants to make money for the profits of the medical system, to do treatments which is going to sicken you even more, and giving you all this fucking medication which is not even helping you. It's just destroying your temple and destroying you spiritually and psychologically. And yet y'all still love this devil. But guess what? For all you people, for all you coons out there that want to love this devil and love these other heathens, and y'all don't want to love your own people, guess what? The Most High got something for y'all. And that's why it says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. So all you other, you know, you watermelon, Popeye's fried chicken eating Negroes and you spicks and coons out there, y'all wanna be stupid, and you fucking prairie nigga, trailer nigga, natives too, y'all wanna be stupid and loving the so-called white man and loving these other heathens, even though they don't give two damns about you and your well-being. I'm just saying, I'm talking about the ones that, you know, you 2/3 out there that have this love for them. If y'all don't change y'all ways, y'all gonna fucking die. Y'all could love the white man and y'all gonna die along with him when the Most High brings his judgment. So y'all better repent. The Most High, he wanted you to hate your enemies outside your people. He never made them to love. They were made to serve our people. And Esau, he was just made to serve our people for 1,000 years and be destroyed. That's the lesson I wanted to point out. Stop loving your enemies. Start loving your own people. Because if it was for, what you call it, if it was for them, they don't really love you. They lie and they tell you all types of lies. And it's the same thing like with Brant Jean, that coon, how he loved, he still had love and forgiveness for Amber Geiger, even though she killed his brother. And knowing damn well the man was sitting in the room peacefully watching TV, she shot him, saying that he could have killed her. And that bitch is a fucking liar. And this coon over here gonna say that he was angry in the interview before. He was angry, he felt angry about it, but then he loved her and hugged her and forgave her. But I bet you if it was a Jake that did that shit to her, if it was a Jake that did that shit to him, to his brother, he would have forgiven him. Or he wouldn't forgive him. He would have just told him that he wanted him to go to jail if it was a black guy, or so-called black guy. So, you know, if you want to be a coon, you could be a coon and die when this race war takes place. Hope I made that lesson edifying. I should give all glory, honor to Adonai Yahweh B'Hashem Shah Malak Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Shalak Rayam El Ka Arawam Yah Wa Gawayam. Shalawam.